Mr. President, thank you very much. You have prepared a lot of documents. I have. What shall we start with? A brief report on what has already been done. Mr. President, first of all, I would like to thank all the residents of Kherson Oblast. The work continues. The social and economic development program is in effect. As of 2023 to 2024, 346 events have been held. 133 billion rubles have been accumulated. In 2025 there will be a little less, but the year will not end yet. As of 2025, we have already accumulated 82 billion rubles. By the end of the year, I think we will reach the same number as last year. We will reach the volume that we did not reach last year. I think there is a little more planned, isn't there? It is increasing. There was more in 2022 when we evacuated people. Then there was much more because of the load. Now this task has been solved. Now we have moved on to other tasks. This is the social sphere. Support for economic development. Restoration of housing and infrastructure. Infrastructure must not be forgotten either. Roads and so on. As for roads, such a scale of road construction and restoration work has not been seen in Kherson Oblast since the Soviet Union. People say their first need is roads. Then comes healthcare. Then education. Then housing. Then prices. Roads are being built. I just want to say a huge thank you to the government. We do not only build roads with our own efforts. Avtodor does a lot of work on roads. From 2023 to 2025, we have already mastered 28 billion on roads. This is a huge amount for the Kherson region. In August, we began to repair the federal road M17, which runs from Crimea. We have 3 entrances to Crimea. The entire dry corridor to Crimea is provided by the Kherson region. We had 2 roads earlier, one on Changa and one on Krasnoporikop. Now we have started to build a road that goes to Kherson. When I was there last time, you gave an order. Now this is a federal road, so Avtodor performs it. They promised to do the first layer this year. Next year it will be covered. The road is very necessary and in demand. Over the past 3 years, only pit repairs have been done there. I was there myself recently. People asked to make a road. We will carry more vegetables and fruits to Crimea. A year and a half ago you told me as a builder to build. Why don't you build anything? You build little. While we were developing, the construction was not yet visible. This year and last year we allocated 44 sites for construction. The total area is almost 600 hectares. These are large volumes. There will be a potential of 5.7 million square meters. The master plan was developed by the Institute of Spatial Planning for the Kherson region. There were 2 settlement points. Ganichesk on the Azov Sea, Skadovsk on the Black Sea, Construction began in these two cities. I was surprised. We have a construction headquarters in Minsk. The federal mayor helps us to push this topic. He says, "You are a builder, why do you build little?" The first construction complex that began in Skadovsk offered housing for booking. In 3 weeks, out of 280 apartments, 167 were already booked. Just in 3 weeks. You said, "Raise it a little bit above the ground, go out and see what will happen." Builders began to raise the price a little. But within the framework of the headquarters, it will be regulated. It was agreed that military and social categories will get a discount. Housing will be available. Further construction will be one of the drivers of the Kherson region. This is my place. I also think that now everything is unfolding. The road has been made. Skadovsk has been made. There is a children's resort of all Russian scale. There will be many people there. They come by apartments from different corners of Russia. They learned, saw the information and buy. We are doing large-scale work on restoration and construction of life-sustaining systems. First of all, energy supply. A new substation with 150 kilowatts of power was built. Almost 6 billion was spent on this. It compensates and aligns the entire power supply of the Kherson region. Earlier substations were connected with the Kharkov Dam and hydroelectric plant. Now they are out of service. A new one was built. Now we have stable power supply. Earlier in some settlements it was only 180 volts. People complained. Home appliances suffered. Chernomornevka gas also works well. A new gas pipeline has been built. Earlier gas supply went from the right bank. Now we made a reverse branch from Crimea. 1.7 billion was spent. The southern part of Kherson region now has gas supply. Degasification work is underway. Pipes are being carried out. Home appliances are already being distributed. We have strong economic potential. Almost 2 million hectares of agricultural land. Even without degasification, we harvested 1.3 million tons. This is 2 times less than normal. With degasification, it would be much more. The yield has fallen to 19 centners. This is not enough. When degasification works, yields are higher. Temperatures were under 40 degrees. Strong winds dried everything. If there was degasification, it would not be scary. A separate program should be made. This problem affects Kherson, Crimea, and Zaporozhye. There are 2 main channels. The North Crimean Channel and the Kharkiv irrigation system. More than 30,000 kilometers of channels were built. It was all Union construction at one time. A huge amount of money was spent. From engineering view, it was unique. Water from Kharkov Reservoir went almost to Jankoy by itself. It must be preserved and restored when the time comes. We are doing well in business registration. Almost 13,000 entities have been registered. More than 7 billion were raised from income. But this is not enough. Large enterprises are on the right bank. The left bank is for recreation and agriculture. But tax revenue is increasing. The time will come when we will not ask for subsidies. We will feed ourselves. We also have a free economic zone. 60 investment sites are placed in the region. 45 contracts signed with investors. The total is more than 10 billion. Work continues. Potential investors are interested but cautious. In terms of security, of course. I was at the forum in St. Petersburg. We signed contracts. The bravest ones are builders. Construction is first. Maybe because I am a builder. Or maybe because construction is an economic driver. Banks work well. Large banks are present in Kherson region. 230,000 cards have been issued. People are actively using them. Pensions are received through cards. 5,100 terminals have been set up. The financial artery enters Kherson region. Due to drought, 66,000 hectares of grain have disappeared. 218,000 hectares of sunflowers have disappeared. Sunflowers burned out completely. The projected damage is more than 600 million. Agrarians are compensated. Milk is reduced with feed, right? Yes, feed is imported from Krasnodar and the Caucasus. The influx has dropped due to lack of feed and heat. But some farms are still strong. Fire hazard has increased due to heat. Enemy adds incendiary shells on fields and forests. Kherson forests are large pine forests planted after WW2. More than 1,000 hectares have burned due to strikes. This is a problem. We evacuated staff from the right bank. Facilities for executive bodies were created in Genichesk. We call it a government block. Work is finished. More than 600 people have jobs. Everyone has jobs. We need to see how it works. We need to get in touch. I asked a colleague to help the healthcare system. I asked him to provide armored vehicles. We received 15 vehicles. They look like ambulances. Yes, 15 ambulances have already arrived. Your order is carried out.